There's a perfectly good reason why 99% of men who go to the gym still have a shit physique. And I'll give you a spoiler alert. It's not about your training or your diet, your specific program, your training split, your optimally scientifically approved exercise selection. All of that stuff is secondary to focus and intensity, because they truly are the ultimate multipliers of every single thing you do at the gym. It matters a lot less what specific training plan you follow, but rather your execution of it. Because genuinely, if you don't know how to actually push yourself past the point where you feel comfortable, then none of the work you do will actually amount to anything. And I know this because I wasted years training like a fanny, where I would do my sets and my friend, who was way more jacked than me, would tell me, bro, you're literally keeping 4 reps in reserve and you're just stopping the set. Why? You're not even pushing close to failure. And I genuinely didn't believe him. I had convinced myself that this was all I was capable of. I was baffled. I was like, this guy, he trains less than me. He only trains for 1 hour. I train for 3. Why is it that I'm seeing way worse results than him? It's because I didn't truly understand intensity and what it actually feels like to do effective sets. So the reason my workouts were taking 3 hours was because I had no focus. My monkey mind was jumping all over the place, scattered in a million pieces, and this has been a mental battle I've been fighting my entire training history. I'm only recently, in the past year or two, finally starting to get a grip of it. And guess what? In the past year or two, my physique has leveled up the most it's ever had. You cannot truly apply intensity unless you're dialed in, laser focused on the task that's right in front of you. You can't push yourself as hard as you can when your mind is thinking about, oh, what's my purpose? What am I going to do with my life? Oh, why can't I talk to girls? Why do I hate myself? What am I going to eat later in the day? Oh, how am I going to get done the errands I need to get done and also train and also do work? Oh, man, you need to learn how to just breathe, be in the moment, here and now, because that's what's actually going to put you in the set, have you connect with the weights, connect with your muscles. If you're not present, you're just going to randomly stop the set when it starts to get slightly uncomfortable. And here's the thing that I've noticed. I've coached quite a few guys in person, and the thing that finally makes something click in their head when I talk about intensity is this concept right here. It's that the set only begins once it starts getting hard and painful. When you feel like you want to put it down, that's when the work actually begins, because those are the reps that will be effective. And every single rep you can get after that point will be more and more and more effective, right up until the point where you physically can't get any more reps, rather than just think you can't get any more reps. And this is impossible to achieve when you have a weak and fragile mindset, where when you play the victim and everything is hard and the world is out to get you and nothing's my fault, let me push responsibility away from everyone else. And I'm not trying to turn this into some like alpha male self-improvement run or anything. I'm saying that your mentality plays into everything you do at the gym and the results that you get. Intensity is truly something that you have to learn through grit and pain and experience. You can't theorize it, you have to feel it. A couple years ago, when I was truly down bad, I hated my life, I hated myself, I felt like a completely pathetic failure, a worthless loser, because I'd been training for so long and I still had a shitty mid physique, and that was bleeding over into the other areas of my life where I was a complete victim. I was getting cucked by the world around me. I was starting and failing so many different ventures and just giving up and then always returning back to the same depressed loser that I thought I'd escaped. But during that time, my mind wasn't able to be present in the moment in every single set and every single rep because I had not trained it to do so. What actually got me out of this situation and finally, for the first time in my life, got me a true taste of focus and intensity at the gym was when I stopped focusing on the results, when I stopped being so obsessed with just a physique, but I rather started obsessing over the character that I want to become, the identity that I want to embody. This motherfucker that is relentless, disciplined, consistent, mentally strong, resilient, capable of enduring so much pain, because I knew that only by becoming that guy was I gonna be able to achieve the things that I wanted to in my life that I previously had no access to. Things like location, time, financial freedom, by building a business that served me, served the world, made me feel fulfilled, made me financially well off, but also just being that character, that charismatic, energetic motherfucker who people could depend upon, who was able to support the ones he loved because of not just his resources, but also his presence, his emotional stability. And I know I'm getting tracked off away from training technical details, but that's the point. The point is, it all feeds into each other. The mentality is everything. Now, every single time I step foot in the gym, I do a set, this is my opportunity to prove that I'm becoming that guy, because how I do anything is how I do everything. And the more focus and intensity I can put into my set, the more present I can be in that moment, the more present I will be in the rest of my life, in my work, in my craft, in my relationships. That's a lot of the mentality that has helped me be more focused and intense at the gym. And I know that it's so hard to try to teach intensity in words. I'd rather show it to you. So now we're going to go to the gym and I'm going to film some sets for you and explain them so that you can see what failure actually looks like and start replicating it in your own training.
So I'm going to start by demonstrating a biceps exercise because this is really hard to go to failure on. A lot of people, they skip those last few reps on biceps especially because it becomes really painful. The stinging becomes almost unbearable. But as the set progresses, as you can see, each rep is slowing down more and more than the last. And I'll be honest with you, the form is breaking down just a little bit. I'm raising my shoulders just to crank out those last few inches of the rep. And here we have the last rep. My face is properly contorting. I'm pushing as hard as I possibly can. You saw how slow that was, how much of a grinder. And that's it. I tried to get another and I can't. So here I'm going to show you again with an almost identical exercise, but not quite the same because there is a lot more stability. But as you can see, even the first reps, they're already kind of hard. I'm not going to pretend that they are disgustingly painful, but you see my face, right? I'm not putting it on for the camera. This is just genuinely what hard training makes you look like. And again, the set is progressing, the reps are slowing down, and it's really starting to become a grinder. Starting to raise my shoulders just a little bit to keep cranking them out. However, keep watching because this set is going to end with a twist that I didn't do on the previous set. So here's the last rep. You can see by my face, it ain't looking pretty. This is truly testing the very limits of my endurance. But guess what? The set's not over yet. I just cheated another rep up and slowly lowered it back down. Boom. Cheated another rep up, slowly lowered it back down. And again, one last time. This utterly annihilated my biceps and I couldn't even control that last one. And now a similar principle on the lateral raise, where it starts off, it's kind of clean. I'm doing full range of motion, going all the way up, all the way down. I'll be honest with you, my form isn't pristine here. I could definitely clean it up, but hey, it fucking works because look at the way my shoulders are working. As you can see, I'm no longer able to do it all the way to the top. I'm done with the full reps. I can barely even get another partial. So here's what I do. I try one last monumental effort to get it up, and I physically can't. I physically cannot do any more, so I start heaving and horsing and boshing them out so that the momentum of my body is carrying through the top portion of the rep and I'm slowly controlling it back down. Those last couple of exercises is what it looks like to go beyond failure.
I hope that makes sense. Now, a little tidbit that will help you go to failure is the +1 mentality, where you come in and you try to one up what you did last time, whether that is add another rep or even increase in weight. Maybe you don't have another rep in you. Maybe you can't increase in weight. So even if you can get the same amount of reps, same weight, with slightly better technique, then that's still a PR, that's still progress, and you still one-upped yourself. But here's the thing, not every session it's going to go that way. Even when you are recovered on paper, even when you've slept well, even when you have enough food in you, even when you feel fresh, sometimes you go to the gym and the strength just seems to just bleed out of you. And that's not always your fault, right? You took care of the factors that are in your control, but for some reason your motor neurons weren't firing that day. It might be because you accidentally inhaled some microplastics. No, I'm kidding. There's going to be shit days and there's going to be good days, but as long as you have the mentality of I'm going to one up myself, I'm going to progress in some way, shape or form, then you're way more likely to actually push all the way to failure, as long as your concentration, as your awareness is here and now in the current set, in every single rep that you perform.